ABARTH electric. It's also called 500. The first ABARTHs were also called 500, and after a while they changed it to 595, for example. You had a regular ABARTH 500 that had about 140-ish horsepower, had 145 in better reincarnations. But also then there came the 595, and then you had the 595 either Turismo or Competition, and then you had 160 in the later incarnations, 165 and 180 horsepower. So this also will mean that the electric version of the ABARTHs that they are now using, it will not be the performance version. There will be better versions, more expensive though. That's the biggest problem. And why is that a big problem? Because now the standard ABARTH 500 is already costing over 40,000 euros, which is gigantic for such a small car. It's just a A-segment type of car. So it's the bottom of the barrel if you look at the size dimensions, but it's asking a hefty premium. For example, for the same money, you could also drive a very nice VW Golf, or even a bigger one, a Passat, I can reckon, or an Octavia. So there's quite some competition in a lot bigger segments, so C, D segment that you could have, and that those are also no slouches. But to take into consideration as well the power of electricity. For example, I had the Tesla Model S 90D, and that was a very nice car, very strong, very good acceleration, about 4.4 seconds to 100, so that's a lot faster than ABARTH with 7 seconds. And it can also go with a dual engine layout, so I had a Tesla Model S 90D, the D stands for dual engine. They could do the same with the ABARTH to make it a lot faster, and also a 4-wheel drive performance car, and then the acceleration can be tremendous, so a lot higher than they are claiming now. And knowing that electricity, additional power, does not have to cost a large premium, this could be beneficial. On the other hand, to be honest, in the past also ABARTH has charged for every little upgrade that they made. So even things that were only an ECU tune, you had to pay top dollar to get access to that. So that could be a bad thing as well. Because why is that a bad thing? Of course, we would love ABARTH to make profit, because then they can exist. But if they are making too much profit per car, they will not sell a lot of them, because they will be too expensive, and that will also relate to ABARTH pricing itself out of the market, and that will be a bad thing, especially because Renault will come with an R5, also Alpine will make a version of that which will be even faster, of course, and those will also be electric. So if Renault already makes an R5 that has similar performance or better performance than the standard 500 ABARTH, this will be a big problem. Let alone what Alpine might do with it. But on the other hand, also Alpine is known for very small, compact, but also light cars, and light cars will be hard because of the electricity problems. You need sometimes a big battery, especially if you couple it to performance engines. So this will be a troublesome trajectory. Even Porsche with the Taycan also made it quite heavy because of limitations. There are just some limitations there. So I really hope that ABARTH will do the right thing, and that we see a lot of ABARTHs in the coming years, and also the more spicy ones, because they, for the price of 44,000 euros, if you then had a dual engine hot hatch type of car that had a very limited range but would be in par with that of a Mini, because they want to keep the weight a little bit down, and had acceleration of around 4 seconds to 100, this would be a monstrous deal. And they could have managed to do something like that. And then for 44,000 euros, even if you have an acceleration of 5 or 6 seconds to 100, this would be better suited for the euros or dollars that you're paying for your little Abarth, which is a small and cheap car to begin with. So that's something that I would have wished that they would have done, but perhaps that would make it a lot harder to have the pricing strategy. So they start with the normal one, and they already try to ask quite a high premium for that. So if they then would start with a fast car, as I mentioned, they would have problems with selling the other cars at that high price or similar high price, of course. But keep in mind, it's not only about the price that you get for each car and the gains, the profit that you can make, but also the amount of cars that you're able to sell. And this will be trouble if you outprice yourself. I'll make her out.